Welcome to Influential Entrepreneurs, bringing you interviews with elite business leaders and experts, sharing tips and strategies for elevating your business to the next level. Here's your host, Mike Saunders.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Influential Entrepreneurs. This is Mike Saunders, the Authority Positioning Coach. Today we have back with us Jennifer Surmacz, who's the founder of Posterity Legal, and we'll be talking about NextGen estate planning software. Jennifer, welcome back to the program.
Hi, Mike. Thank you for having me.
Hey, so I've enjoyed our conversations because we've been laying out the horrors of probate and then, how to maybe circumvent that and polish it up and get the best for your family, and then what to do to pass your wealth on in the best possible way. And now we want to talk about how do you bring this all together. So let's talk a little bit about your kind of mission and crusade that you're on to bring this cutting edge next gen software to the market.
Yeah. So, I was, if you listen to I started out in traditional law firms, doing probates and divorces and all that kind of stuff. And then went up to a federal law firm. The one thing that all these law firms, whether they're big or small, they all have in common is they're still drafting paper documents, right? And so if you go to a private attorney who's an estate plan, I can almost darn well guarantee you he's going to produce legal documents via paper, and he's going to put them in a very nice leather-bound book. It's going to be gorgeous with gold emblems and all of that kind of stuff. The problem with that, though, is that that attorney just created a lifelong client because the client can't edit that paper, right? So if anything needs to be updated or transferred or anything edit, you have to keep going back into that attorney, and you can't keep paying attorney's fees and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So that's the old dinosaur way of doing these things. And so what I offer is a proprietary software system. It produces the exact same book. Okay. It's just that
without the leather, you print it on your own.
Exactly. You can, and it renders PDF documents. You can print them out at your leisure, but it also allows our clients to log into their portal. Our goal is to educate our clients through this process so that they're not just educated on the legal documents inside the estate plan, but also how to navigate the portal. Okay. I want my clients, frankly, to never talk to me ever again after they're done with the estate planning process, because that means I educated them. They're confident. They know exactly what's happening in all of their legal documents, and they feel confident enough to log into their portal and edit their things as needed.
Yeah.
Right?
A beneficiary changed. I'm just going to log in and click save. Oh, there we go. Oh, this updated. So I'm just going to log in. And that means that you've educated them on the front end and they've got the power at their fingertips.
That's exactly right. And we see this a lot also with like the medical documentation. Once we start kind of getting older, we start having some more medical things, new prescriptions. We might have an issue with our heart, all of that kind of stuff. Could you imagine having to go into a lawyer every time? Hey, can you adjust my healthcare power of attorney? Can you edit my healthcare directives? Every time they're charging you money for this. Whereas this system, you just log into your portal, you go to the medical portion. Oh, I'm on this prescription now. Update it, hit save. We're good to go, right?
Yeah.
So really, it's bringing the law and this old-timey estate planning book paper process just into the 21st century, right? Where software is a tool, it's a friend that makes us able to create people's full comprehensive estate plans in a fraction of the time for a fraction of the price. It really is bringing the legal field into the 21st century.
Love it. So that's super unique. Now, I'm certain, or maybe I'll just ask the question. You're probably not the only one that's thought, let's put something like this into an electronic online type format. Is what makes your app and your software unique given the industry?
Yeah. So, there are some big names out there in legal document industry. All right. I don't want to say their names. They are they're everybody. If I said their name, you would know. Okay. You can just go online, fill out some of their forms, and boom, you get these documents. Yes, you can do that. But what our system does is it's not just the legal documents. Okay. You also are going to have access to the entire legal team here 24/7. Which I do recommend if you need a lawyer, you probably shouldn't go to those legal document sites, because that's all you're going to get is just static legal documents. You're not
Yeah.
going to have somebody there helping you through this entire process, which is what we provide. And further, not only do we create the same exact legal, well, not the same, but legal documents like those competitors do, but this is an interactive portal. It allows you to do things like you can upload pictures, like instead of saying the 1.2 carat diamond ring with the 18 karat gold band size 9.5, instead of doing that, just take a picture of it and upload it into your portal and then tell me who it's going to. Okay. And it also has other interactive features too. I want to kind of focus on the medical portion of it here with medical powers of attorney, medical directives, all of that kind of stuff. We also provide you with this little card. It's the size of a credit card. You put it in your wallet so that if you have an event, like if you get in a car accident, the EMTs and first responders, they're going to go to your wallet. They do something called a forensic identification. They go to your wallet, they find your ID, and they find your medical card. And it gives them a QR to scan so that they can see your medical portion of your estate plan right there, right? So you can't do that with paper. I mean, if you have let's say you got a medical power of attorney and it's a paper in your safe and you're in a car accident, who's gonna then go get to your house and do
they don't even know it's there?
Yeah, right. So the paper format of this stuff, and even with our online competitors, that's what they produce are these papers. So how are you gonna let the doctor? You're unconscious in the emergency room. You've just been in the car accident. How are you gonna let the doctors know? Hey, my son has my power of attorney to talk to you for me. Oh, and I'm on all of these prescriptions. The paper format does not work anymore. It never really worked, but unless you carry copies with you, in your car, in your purse, in your wallet, all over the place. You're going on vacation, you're bringing your book with you, no. So with this system, you get the medical ID card that goes in your wallet. You also have it, your entire estate plan on your phone, on your iPad, any desktop, you can log into it. So it makes it very easily accessible to all of the medical providers, first responders, all the important people that you need to share this with. It's right there in your phone.
Everything you're mentioning with, the cloud and software and a hub and all of that really streamlines that process. Talk a little bit about more of the benefits of streamlining the estate planning process using the app.
Yeah. So, I've kind of got this figured out, okay? Because technology, here's the thing. If you went to a traditional attorney and said, here, you sit down with them for a few hours and you talk about all of your estate planning and this document, that document, what the attorney will do then is say, okay, client, you go on, I'm going to draft all of this up. And then that attorney goes onto their computer and uses software to do all of that.
Yeah.
Right? What you've just created there is a middleman. Right? That is going to control basically everything, right? Of your estate plan, edits, updates, all of that kind of stuff. What this software does is it removes the attorney from the middleman position and puts the attorney in the support role. Okay.
Wow.
And so by using this software, not only is you're driving the car now, and the attorney's kind of just like in the passenger seat helping you, navigate. Right? So it does that. And then using the software, it makes this so fast. Okay. Whereas a traditional attorney typing all this stuff up, I mean, I used to do it. It could take me months sometimes to type up a full comprehensive estate plan for somebody. But just using technology, we can streamline this. We do have a 5-step process for the beginning process that we walk you through, and we can get it done so quick. Now, of course, I'm going to put a little asterisk here, okay, because it depends on the client, how active they are in preparing all of this stuff. But I have drafted and delivered a comprehensive estate plan in a day.
Wow.
One day, just by using technology. Okay. So don't be afraid of it. Your lawyer is using technology. They're just not allowing you access to it. And so what my system does is it gives the client access to it and the attorney access to it. And then by using the tool of technology, we can get this done very quickly and efficiently.
And not to slam the legal profession because it's needed because you are one, but you're just putting in this instance, you're just putting that attorney in the support role, like you said, which puts the client or the, husband and wife or whatever, whoever's creating this in the driver's seat and then reaching out to an attorney when they need that support. And I would venture to say that that saves a massive amount of money.
Absolutely. That's how people actually, when I show them, because we have a menu, okay, and it's very cut and dry. Here are our prices, take it or leave it kind of thing. And they almost are like, wait, this is it? Because I think my field, my profession has done some, we want to say like misinformation, right? Where they've kind of trained the public to think that it's going to cost $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 for that. No, that's not true. Using this technology, we can get it done for a fraction of the price. And I've actually had people go, wait, what? And it's like,
yeah,
get all of this done for a very, very reasonable price. And we're not going to then nickel and dime you on hourly rates and all of this stuff. It's very straightforward. Here's our package. Here's the price.
Huge. That is awesome. So let's now talk a little bit about that support because you mentioned about you've got 24/7 support. What does that look like? And what are some maybe examples of how clients would even need? You hear, oh yeah, we got 24/7, but think of an instance where like, oh, well, one time this client needed this and we were right there.
Yeah, well, even, so we've been talking about building a trust, and then the next step is actually like funding your assets into the trust. Clients have lots of questions about that because you're going to all these different financial institutions. Hey, I need my bank account, in my trust. I need to redeed my house into my trust. So we're right there. If you have questions, how does this work? Should I tell them this? Should I do that? We help you through that entire funding process, not just, the legal process, but also funding all your assets to get all of them in there. I mean, obviously if you're chatting with your lawyer at 1:00 in the morning, they're probably not going to respond until 8. Okay.
Yep.
But at least you have an avenue there that when it's in your brain, if you're sitting there at 10:00 at night watching TV and you think, oh my gosh, I just saw that on TV. Oh, let me ask my lawyer. There it is. It's in the chat log and they're going to get back to you next day. Right. So you don't have to then wait to call the law office at 8:00 in the morning. And then the assistant says, well, they can't get to you until next week. And then let's set up an appointment. And then you have to wait and all of this stuff. No, it's instantaneous, support here. And then, we're helping people answer those questions because it is confusing. It is. This whole thing is very complex. And so you're not an expert in it, just like, if my car broke down, can I fix my car? Yes, I can. I can buy a book. I can buy the tools. I can do it myself. Am I going to do that? No, I'm going to go to the mechanic and have him do it. So think of us like that. We're here to help you through this process, to educate you, and then also support you with all of your questions. Our goal is to have our clients completely educated, have a full comprehensive estate plan, nice little box with a bow on top. And by following this goal and this path that I have put on for all of my attorneys and the entire legal team, it's kind of been this phenomenon where I have had clients hug me afterwards, which when I was a litigator is the complete opposite.
You didn't get that.
No,
right.
It's the complete opposite. I had people very angry with me and cursing at me and all of this kind of stuff. So it was the first time I had a client hug me and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much. This was so streamlined and you guys are so professionals and all of this. They're hugging me. And I'm like, I kind of didn't know what to do because I'm sitting there going, oh, okay. I'm just trying to do my job and do the best that I can. So it really provides like a sense of relief for people. And we're here to support you the entire way through. That's what our goal is. Educate you, support you, get it done, complete, nice box with a bow on top.
I love it. So there has been a lot of the conversation we focused on here, like the traditional old school, meet with the attorney, take 1 billion years, pay $1 billion, print 1 billion pages, and here's the, leather bound book. But now with this hub and software and app and in the cloud, and you've got control and you've got the legal support, that's a huge benefit of using your Posterity app compared to traditional estate planning. Is there any other final benefits that you can think of we want to hit before we wrap up and guide people to how they can take advantage of this?
Well, and the benefit of having a software app is also you don't have to worry. Here's something people don't talk about. You don't have to worry about your lawyer retiring or passing away.
Yeah.
Okay. That is something I have had a lot of clients come to me just for that strict fact of my lawyer died. Now what do I do? Okay. Well, with this software, you always have access to your estate plan. You always have it. So you don't have to worry about those kind of changing of the guard things. So it's always in your control. You always have the portal and the documents and all of that kind of stuff because of the technology of this. So that's something people don't think about. But you probably should, because it's not just your passing you have to worry about. It's your lawyer's passing too.
And I think that's a spectacular point. And it made me think about that, the lawyer passed away, you get a new lawyer, and then you bring that estate plan in because you needed some updates, and you hand them that leather bound document folder. And the attorney goes, okay, well, we'll make these changes. Well, the actual actions to then regenerate that estate plan with the edits into the new attorney's system software, that would take a lot of time. Whereas here is this in the cloud app, and it's like click, update, resave, and there we are. I think that nimbleness and that flexibility is a huge thing. And it might not be your attorney passed away. It might be, you know what, I moved to a different state and I'm just choosing a different attorney for whatever reason. It doesn't need to be passing away, but when you change attorneys, boy, this would make that changeover really simple and quick.
Yeah, I've also had a client, you just saying that kind of stuck out in my head. I had her, she was on her way to an Alaskan cruise, and she was in LAX airport, and I just so happened to be eating lunch at my desk, and the chat popped. I get a little notification, and it popped up, and I looked, and she says, "Hey, I'm about to go on this cruise with my best friend, and while I'm on this cruise, I want to change her so that she has medical power of attorney, so that if anything happens while I'm on this cruise." And here we are. She's on her iPad in LAX. I'm in St. Louis at my desk, and we're changing things and making sure everything's perfect so that she can go on this vacation, right? And then when she came back, I had taught her, she did it on her own. She messaged me, "Hey, can you double check?" I log in, I look, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, you did it perfect. Congratulations, good job."
Wow.
So it's that kind of thing. I mean, I've even had people on their estate plan while they're on the beach.
Wow.
So anywhere that you have, internet access through your phone, iPad, computer, whatever, you can make these changes and also have connections to your attorney to help guide you through this. So it's not like you got to, have this big formal meeting or whatever. So it's very convenient. And you can do it, anywhere in the world.
I love it. Well, that has been so spectacular. If someone wants to reach out and go, show me more detail, this sounds like exactly the solution I need. What's the best way they can learn more and reach out and connect with you?
Yeah, sure. You can go to my website and check me out. It's posteritylegal.com. POSTERITY legal.com. We've got a contact form in there that you can send us an email if you want to. And once you send us an email, we'll reach out for you. Or you can also give us a call. Our phone number, toll free, 833-399-8585. That's 833-399-8585.
Excellent. Well, Jennifer, thanks again for coming back on. It's been a real pleasure talking with you.
Thank you for having me.
You've been listening to Influential Entrepreneurs with Mike Saunders. To learn more about the resources mentioned on today's show or listen to past episodes, visit www.influentialentrepreneursradio.com.